Hello. Let's have a think about this. Suddenly, on people's minds, there are or there will be the talk about Satya Yuga, the golden age, the new system phased, or like Kali Yuga is ended, but the Satya Yuga is now taking transit, is in place. By Kali Yuga ending, that basically means that the years of uh, crime is over. So the coming destruction, called Armageddon in English, Islam calls it Qayamat, and Hindi is like Kurukshetra, the end, Sarvanash, okay, Akal. That's what, there's a few terms in Hindi. But basically, the coming destruction is of the Kali Yuga, or the criminal intentions in people. And it's not going to wait for them to improve. If they are bad at a crime right now, they're not going to get any better because Kali Yuga is finished. It's time for Armageddon to end them. So, you know, it's pretty much like these curbside collections these days. We can't use them anymore, or it's you don't use them, so you put them out there. Either people are going to pick it up, or it's going to go in the collection truck. And it's if you see, I don't find any great sadness because I'm more of a peaceable tendency person. I like peace. I like calm. I like people living in security, having enough for their daily lives, enjoying things like that. And if you're like that, then Satya Yuga is for you because your honesty will carry you there. You've got all that, and you've got your alignment to focus on, so you can never say that there's no time. Because if you're just sitting there doing nothing, you can make time. And if you want to advance to the next stage, you will want to. If you're just going to sit there, obviously, Armageddon will take you. Now, in these days, business is not easy because 85% are for distraction, only 15% of the population, and this is in India alone, by the way, and I mean, how much less for the rest of the globe, but 15% will get to the next phase, the next system. Kali Yuga ending, Satya Yuga in process. Muslim Islam will call it Jannah. And it's not a place where people have to die to get to, whichever your faith. Okay? And I like both. I like good in religion, where it teaches life, not just ends at death, but life in continuation. And spirituality is more of my 99% spirituality is what I like to lean myself towards. So take a step back for yourself and ask yourself, what do I fit in most with? Okay? And you focus on that, improving yourself every time. There is always going to be information that will help you in your personal time to do that. Try to avoid unnecessary social communication because if these are the last days, then you will want to put more essential focus on your survival. Education, knowledge, another key. The better you are, the better you will be able to understand things around you. And your business niche, your business character, that could be good. You're very well known. Okay? However, when it comes to the honesty and your personal um, knowing, personally being known by the religion itself, then how do you fit in any business? What do you sell? What do you serve? What do you apply? What do you say? It's not about what people think. They can care, they don't have to care because they're not going to take you there. You are and your faith is. But if the religion is saying cut down on such and such, but you don't, and you provide these sorts of foods on the table, it's not helping you. Though you make a lot of money, but that money is not going to be of any use in Satyuga because the money will end here. Okay, so if that were me, for one, I don't bargain. It's called bargaining. I don't bargain, and I would use this time to use that money for family, for myself, to buy good things like jewelry, clothing, um, your self care, your that sort of thing, things that you like, or even learning more. Take another course. I do that too. I love to learn, I guess, naturally. And just improving yourself um, every single day. So here's an example, and it's a very heavy example I'll share with you, is that you've got the globe today, but behind that earth is another one. And the structure of which is alive today, and the layout is very much different. But I'll take Denmark, okay? Because I like Denmark. Somehow I love Denmark. And this is the Denmark that you don't see. And that Denmark is actually the richest country in the world. Be it this world, be it the next world, it will still be. While these countries are turning into continents, being wiped out, so now they're losing their status as countries, being run incorrectly, that Denmark still stands and will continue standing in the new earth life. If you're into religion, you won't understand grid work, you won't understand frequency, but these two words are the key holders that keep Denmark standing. It's very spirituality, and it's a fight out here. The Bible is about war. Every holy book, not to put emphasis on the word holy anymore, that's the Bible, that is, but every book has a phase that most of its pages are full of war, manipulation. And life is a battle. Life is a battle in that every day is a struggle. And the more you can endure, the better you will be able to handle the next situation. And having a persevering attitude will release any tension that says, stop, don't bother, quit. You need to keep going. That's what survivors do. That's how warriors get their places. That's how warriors are recognized. It's a battle, and they power up their endurance, their fitness, their exercise. All of that erases from their mind that they're nobodies. They are actually somebody. And I mean, see how popular they are on television. Rugby, women's rugby. They're so strong, literally and physically. and they prepare their minds. The way they keep their hair very neat, very tidy, very much like the new age gurus, I can say. So to live that sort of a life, you need to look at that sort of role model. Focus on spirituality where you can, because religion is going to end. Only truth will prevail. Truth in Hindi is Sanatan, and English is truth, honesty, imandari. That is the biggest stronghold. If you have nothing, be honest, and literally, actually honest, not saying you're trying to put somebody else down, saying they're like this when all this time they were not. So you're trying to get back at someone, because that will come back like a big slap in the face for you, and you will still look bad. But honesty from the heart, honesty that you should always keep, because if that fails, your whole reputation is going to flop, just like that. What makes Denmark the richest nation in the new world? What you see today, the last shot I saw of, I can't even remember their names, but the king and queen of Denmark, it was like they're on the Titanic saying bye. So they're not even there. Life is actually a fairy tale. They don't see the reality, and Denmark is a sham. It's just like any other world. But the other Denmark, what makes it so good, so rich, so wealthy, aside from the resources they have, that is the resources of the earth, the land accepts their spirituality. You see the frequency there? So we've got people coming from other worlds, people just starting to wake up, and in the memory, something might come into the memory, and they see something that invites them to them, is inviting them to go there. That is your 15% people waking up, and 15% could come from those already awakened. So you want either. You don't want the 85%. Get to know the software that you use. I've learned to get to know Facebook, Instagram. If you're selling on Marketplace, understand your rights. Excuse me. Because people are time wasters out there. And it's totally up to you whether you want to reply to them or not. Okay? I usually, some leak, like from the 85% crowd, and I just disregard them. Or I've actually, because I'm on the next level of Facebook, I have the privilege of other buttons as well. So I use them very well. That is the traffic that I don't want to drive in to my display. You see, and clean, keeping it clean. Now, your business, as they say, is your business. So why do people give this sort of advice? Well, it's because there are people out there, not necessarily you, that want to hear it. If they're waking up, they want to know what direction to stay awake that is going to help them stay awake. Okay? So, take care. And if you want to advance into the next level of the world system according to the time clock, then look on channels that introduce frequency, chakra healing, kundalini healing,